Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Den of Fools, the improv panel show. Tonight we've got some really good guests. We've got Kitty Messalini, Roger Poulter,
Hello,
Tharun Chelley,
Hello,
and Damon Conlan. So, guys, you want to give a quick introduction about yourselves?
Didn't realise we were doing that. Hello, I'm Kitty. I do stand-up sometimes. Hello.
Hello, I'm Roger Poulter. I do a stream show once a week called Roger's Blue Suede News, and I do stand-up.
Hi, I'm Tharun Chelley. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I run a podcast called Total Obvious Comedy, and I like to linger around on things like this.
My name's Damon. I have no surname. I do comedy and magic as an example. What's that behind my ear? It's a ear. Twist. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so obviously this is a nice little improv show. So we've got some nice improv games which we're going to be doing, and I'll get you to tell some jokes and funny stories, as well as a pun off around about in the middle. In fact, we've already got someone commenting. But George is wishing us a great show, which is fantastic. Cheers, George.
But he's leaving. He's leaving though.
He's not watching. He can't be bothered watching. But he's wishing us a good show. Best of luck for us. Okay, thanks, George.
I'm glad he's gone.
Okay. I am on little tenterhooks, a bit nervous here because Roger's taught me everything I know about how to use StreamYard and all the broadcasting tools. So
Oh dear.
yeah. If anyone's seen Roger's fantastic show, you can know that I've learned from an absolute master. Okay, so the very first game we've got is, let me just get the video ready for it. Guess the guest. That's right, and for this one we're going to need a blindfold. So Damon, I'm going to have you as doing the guessing and questioning. The situation is going to be a job interview. You can choose what job you're interviewing people for, and I'll show people. I'm waiting. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. There we go. So that's the first suggestion. That's the first suggestion. Have you got that? Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay. Second one. Yeah. And the third one. Okay. Right. You can take your blindfold off now, Damon.
I don't do it by blindfolded. I'll take it off.
You take it off. Yeah. This is not a cutting a lady in half kind of scenario.
I was going to say it seemed harder with the blindfold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do I choose? Who? I interview first?
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'll go clockwise. We'll go Kitty, Roger, and Tharun. So Kitty, how did you first hear about the role of Subway sandwich artist?
Well, 'tis a tale, and I will spell it for you in verse. See, 2 cities, 2 lovers, a tale as old as time. Prithee, once I saw a play with players on a stage, and the stage they said, there is a shop, and in this shop there are sandwiches, and the artists, yes, the artists, they act like the finest silk woven from any merchant, like the finest sandwich you will ever eat, and there may you find your job. So I left behind the Midlands, and I moved here for your sandwich shop.
Can I guess at this stage, or
You can do, yes. Yep.
alas, poor Kitty, I knew you as William Shakespeare.
Well done.
Thank you. So I'm sorry. I'm shortening the show.
Don't worry. That's fine.
Roger, how did you first hear about the role of Subway sandwich artist?
Well, during my spare time up here, I tuned in to the show as we're passing over, right? And it was just the right length of time as we orbited it to manage to actually get an idea what it was about.
I'm going to let you stay for the other two questions, even though I'm a bit freaked out for you as an interviewee. Okay, I'm going to dwell on that. Tharun, how did you hear about the role of Subway sandwich assistant?
Well, I was brought here because some guy has his hand up my arse and dragged me over to have a sandwich. And here I am today, just being brought over there, and he doesn't really keep in touch. He can't keep in sync with my lips, and I struggle to go anywhere by myself because I can't even eat a sandwich. But I'm here applying for a job for sandwich is.
Strongest candidate so far. Tharun, I believe you were a slightly creepy ventriloquist dummy.
Well done. Yeah.
I'm
That's
seen.
good.
I'm not Sherlock Holmes. I'm killing it. Although I'm really worried about Roger's. I'm still struggling. Here we go. So, Roger, second question. You are the only candidate. You still haven't got the job. Second question now. What are your strengths? What are your greatest strengths?
Well, I suppose I can make sandwiches in zero gravity.
That's hard.
So, yeah, you have to keep track of all your different components and everything, and actually grab them all and bring them all together very carefully before they, you have to sort of reach up and grab them and bring them together and hold them in the sandwich.
You have to keep your hands together. You can't just let go.
Well, if you let go, they just go all over the place.
Okay. You are. You know what? Before I guess, how did you hear about this position?
Oh,
I've asked that.
I tuned into the internet as I was passing over the shop.
Good acting, that. Roger, I believe you are an astronaut.
Yeah.
Space.
Well done.
Thank you.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Oh, that's really
I'm going to
good.
get fired.
I couldn't make myself go upside down, unfortunately.
I used to have to recite the entirety of Romeo and Juliet by heart, and I just blanked on every bit of verse I knew.
Well, I'm
That
not really
verse
an
is
expert
fine
at
as
playing
well.
a ventriloquist dummy, so.
no, I don't think
that's not
You were great.
I don't think Roger's actually ever been into space before either. So all in
I know,
all,
and they
If it turned out that was Tharun's act, then I believe it. It was great.
Yeah.
That's not a poem my stand-up there, that is.
This one puts a hand up your ass and you just talk nonsense. Yeah, absolutely.
That's it,
That's
yeah.
most comedians, isn't it? Yeah,
Like
that's about the
classic
old
day with a
magic
hand up
circuit. Okay, on to the next game. I didn't expect that. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to give you things which you wouldn't expect to hear in certain situations. We're going to go around it in a clockwise order. We're going to start off with Kitty, then Roger, then Tharun, then Damon. Okay, and the very first one we're going to do, things you would not expect to hear on Radio 1.
Here we are on BBC Radio 1. We're asking you to call us, presumably on your landlines, or maybe via a Ouija board, because you still listen to the radio. Get Spotify.
Please welcome our new presenter, Piers Morgan.
Hi, it's Jonathan Ross. How do you do? I'm back, motherfuckers.
Welcome. Up next on Radio 1, here's some music from the second or third albums of bands.
Did you know that if you listen online or on iPlayer and enter the secret password, all the songs we play come back not only without the swear words censored out, but with extra ones peppered in to spice things up?
Let's look back in time and play this show by Jimmy Savile.
So, on today's show, we're going to talk about what we loved about 70s humour. Get in!
Denzil, when you said you need to do at least one, I did one.
Okay, that's fine.
Radio One.
Radio 1. There we go.
Radio 1.
I don't listen to Radio 2 all the way, so sorry.
Today we have Nigel Farage, Katie Hopkins, and Piers Morgan back on the air to talk about how traditional voices are being silenced. You can read all about it in each of their new releases, or any of their book releases, or any of the platforms they're very vocal on.
All Radio 1 DJs are the same. They're FM stereotypes.
Sorry, I was going to be slightly delayed on this.
That's funny, yeah. A gap.
I can't think of anything else now for Radio 1. I listen to it every bloody day. Radio 1, because your radio doesn't sink into anything else.
Do people actually listen to the radio?
Oh, when I'm
I
driving.
don't.
I did actually write down a sea shanty, but then I thought, actually, you might hear a sea shanty on Radio 1.
Very popular.
Yeah, it's reached
Do you think
number one
nowadays?
after all.
The
Yeah,
TikTok kids bringing it back.
Well, I think the basic is because they're trying to recruit for the Navy. That's the idea. Get the sea shanties, get everyone knowing exactly what to do in the Navy, how to haul anchor and everything to the right rhythm. Before you know it, get rid of 10,000 soldiers, then we're getting 10,000 sailors. Yeah.
No, it's all a conspiracy by Kraken to try and sell more rum.
That's a good one. Okay, I think we've exhausted Radio 1. In fact, we're normally exhausted by listening to more than a couple of dance hits on it. So next topic, at the zoo. Things you would not expect to hear at the zoo.
Am I still first on this?
Yeah.
Look how cute they are. They look like us, but not quite like us. You can even teach them language. For the last time, Darren, I don't want kids.
It's lion feeding time with Piers Morgan.
Mummy, where's that monkey wanking at me?
Welcome to London Vegan Zoo, Guinness World Record holders for having the thinnest lions.
Since the zoos have been closed and we haven't had any visitors, we've had fun relaxing the enclosures, taking the penguins for a walk to see the elephants, showing the capybaras to the giraffes, and wondering what happens if you get a baboon to fuck a rhino.
To say that.
Unfortunately, we've had to cancel our plans to launch a line into space because there's uproar.
Hey everyone, welcome to the UKIP Zoo, where we sent all those bloody lions away, coming over here, taking good cat jobs, fuck 'em.
Again, I just did one.
Okay, that's fine.
That's brilliant.
That's busy.
Yes, the zebra. I remember you from the alphabet alongside the xylophone.
So, Daddy, why aren't they shagging like on the Discovery Channel?
No, can't follow that. Okay.
Yeah, tap out on that one.
Yeah, that's good. Just one comment so far. Again, it's George, our sole viewer. Roger, you could at least try to go upside down. So maybe that's what you need to do for the next game, Roger. Okay, and the next game is Jester Minute. Okay, so I'm going to give you each a minute, if you so choose, to a particular topic. And this week's first topic is going to be shopping. Who wants to go first? You get 1 to 2 minutes talking about this. Anyone want to go first, or do I just pick someone? Damon?
I don't know.
You want me to pick someone?
I think you go
I
first.
pick Roger. I'll go first if you want me to go first.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not part of my time, is it? It starts now, yeah?
No.
Okay, nice. So shopping, yeah. So what should people buy? We've got a lot of money savings. Well, some people have got no jobs or money. But for those people that have money, they can buy magic lessons from me on damonconlan.co.uk. And you'll be learning things like how to make object vanish. You need a wand. Any wand core is fine. You say the magic words. Yeah, he's coughing. Can we swear on this or not?
Yep, you can do.
I've already sorted.
Okay, we say the magic words. Fuck off, and it disappears. Now, thank you. Hold your applause. When it's important to have professional instruction. So otherwise, you don't want to do the slights wrong. So the ball actually just go into the fist. You can kind of ham it up, and then you take your wand and you say the magic words. Fuck off. If you haven't had good professional instruction, then you will kind of get caught. So just do be careful. Is my advice. And book me now. damonconlan.co.uk. Is that going to be on a banner? Do we sort the banner out?
We can do.
Never mind. Time.
That's shopping. Cool.
Yeah, I'm the vendor. Thank you. Is our viewer clapping or?
Our viewer's too busy. He's just a bit too busy at the moment. He's actually trying to actually get onto your website and everything. So, book a course. Fair enough. Okay. How about Kitty? Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Shopping. This definitely isn't stuff I figured out today. So grocery shopping is pretty much the only time I've been leaving the house in the last year. So it's like a big adventure now. And I don't know if it's just me, but like a trip to Lidl requires like matching underwear, several outfit changes before I decide on the right one to coordinate it with the mask. And I will do a full face of makeup before putting a mask on. But it's just nice to feel like you're going out, you know? And to be honest, I bloody love having masks on at the shops because it's been over a year since a strange man told me how much prettier I'd looked if I smiled. You know? even since the pandemic hit, it's kind of strange. But now large men look over their shoulders nervously if I'm walking too close behind them. And I'm kind of worried as we start to unlock the lockdown. Like when we get out of all the distancing measures, it'll suddenly be, socially unacceptable to start telling people to fuck off when they're too close to you in the supermarket. Like, to be honest, people are really crap at it in my local Lidl. Like, you end up being, like, chased around the shop. And you're trying to keep a 2-meter distance between you and everyone else and just being pushed away from all the items you actually want to pick up by the invisible bubble. And then you're just standing in the middle aisle looking at the chainsaw and wondering how calm you are as someone's just getting too close, like middle of Lidl. At the beginning of lockdown, everyone was panic buying. All the food was gone. The fridges were empty. The freezers were empty. But the seasoning aisles were fully stocked. So I think we really know who was panicking. I mean, it's a certain demographic with the case of coronavirus, the flu Klux Klan, if you will. The bread aisles were completely ransacked by the all loaves matter lot, It's white people. White people colonized the world looking for spices and decided not to use any of them because they were too spicy. I mean, I've definitely found I've been buying more alcohol as I've been shopping. It used to be if you drank too much, you just say you had a party as you put your recycling out. But now you can't do that. So I've actually been homebrewing meads and ciders and big bucket things in my kitchen. And now because I'm reusing all the bottles for that, no one knows how much I'm getting through. If you are in the shops, it's very important not to cough. Like, I'm a total disaster human. I'm always choking on my own air and saliva and I end up just kind of loudly announcing, it's okay, it's not corona, I'm only choking to death, and everyone's relieved. But like a year on, there are people who are absolutely rubbish at it. You see them bare noses out and it's like they've gone to the bathroom partially zipped up and just left a willy dangling. It's like, it's not a good look. Your nostrils are connected to your lungs. But the worst I've seen, there was a man who actually took his mask off to sneeze everywhere. But I just got really passive aggressive about it. I just tell strangers, like, excuse me, your mask's fallen down, so they can have an opportunity to look surprised at the thing that's clearly not on their face. It's not on their face. I do most of my shopping online. I mean, I've got short-term memory problems, so every time I open a package, it's like Christmas morning every time. It's open a present for my past self, having no idea what I've got. And I tend to order things more if I'm depressed, and Depressed Me is surprisingly thrifty with the sales and has impeccable taste. Drunk Me, on the other hand, better taste, no care whatsoever for my budget. She showers me in lingerie, chocolate, boxes of hair dye, and has set the bar higher for any prospective partners than anyone else because drunk me treats me well. Showering me in gifts. That's shopping.
Okay.
That does remind me, actually, all my spices are out of date in the cupboard, so better get on it.
How?
Loads of cinnamon now. Loads
They
of
don't
cinnamon.
go off.
Okay, so yeah,
Do
you'd
they
be glad
not-
to know, Damon, that George was indeed clapping at your magic earlier.
Thanks, George. Sorry for doubting
Okay.
you so early on.
Okay, well, I've got a few seconds delay, so no doubt he'll be giving some of the praise to Kitty in a few seconds. Does anyone else want to talk about shopping?
I'll have a go. While we're here, yeah. If we've got
Yeah,
time,
go for it.
you know.
Yeah, we've got
I
time.
mean-
I'm
I mean, you can't go shopping nowadays without one of these. And these are called masks because that's the fashion now. It's masks. But one thing I like about shopping with these masks is I can stick my tongue out at people without them knowing. Because if you just walk around people going, you look a bit weird. But now they don't know. So I'm walking past like, and they have no idea what I'm doing. So if you do see me walking around Tesco, you know what I'm doing. And also, I saw some woman when I was in Tesco, and she was obviously wearing her mask, not doing it like I was. I was deciding whether to buy an orange or satsuma. I mean, like one's big, one's small, but then there's a tangerine. So she was there having a go at these two lads who weren't wearing masks. And she was like, how dare you not wear a mask while in Tesco? And this one of the boys just went, oh, do I look like I'm thick? And I went, well, judging by how you just spoke. And she was having a massive go at them. And I thought I need to step in. So I just stepped in and went, this is all well and good. Can you make sure you keep 2 meters distance, please? Thank you very much. Goodbye. And that is me shopping.
I think I might do that when I'm in the supermarket, just sort of shout at them with with a mask on.
I do
that's a
song
good idea.
lyrics. I sing along because they can't see and just quietly whatever's on, have a bop.
The amount of people I've called a wanker, you know, it's like I walk past someone, I'm like wanker, but really wanker.
I've never tried it, but what I really want to do is snip a bit out of a song and then play, the police, but don't stand so close to me, just on my phone when they're really near me. But I've never
I
had the balls
definitely
yet,
don't want the
but-
police standing close to me. That's true.
Yeah, you might get stung.
Topical.
Okay, right. So yeah, next game we're going to play. It's another improv game for us.
Ooh.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Advice. Okay, so that game is, especially I've chosen that one for Roger, because Roger's got a fairly similar sounding game in his own Friday night show. So that's good. Right, so yeah, for this, I'm going to pick 3 of you. And I think I'm going to pick Damon, Tharun, and Roger are going to be the people going to be giving the advice. One of you is going to give really good advice, one of you is going to give bad advice, one is going to really, really terrible, the worst possible advice. We're going to have 3 different problems. I'm going to go to our audience and ask if anyone can suggest a problem. But I've got the first problem I'm going to give you. And this is how to get money back from a scammer. So, Roger, do you want to start off with good advice? Tharun, do you want to give bad advice? And Damon, do you want to give the ugly advice for how to get money back from a scammer?
The best way is not to give the scammer the money in the first place.
Okay, but how would we get it back if you have accidentally made that mistake?
If you've done it on a card, you can talk to your bank and see if it can reverse it.
Okay, that's really good advice. Thank you. Tharun, can you give us a bit of bad advice on how to get money back from a scammer?
You try to find where the scammer lives. And if you can't find where the scammer lives, you find someone who you think probably looks like the scammer and slap them.
Okay, good. Yeah, slapping the money out of them. Good way. Damon.
Yeah, I think the best way is not to get it back, but to make more money. So, for instance, I got an email yesterday from a Nigerian prince. I'm going to definitely get on that as a moneymaker. I had a text today from the post office telling me to pay sort of extra duty. I mean, I haven't ordered anything, but I'm assuming it's legit. And yeah, probably horse racing.
Yep. Okay. All good. Really terrible advice. Don't listen to him if you're watching at home. Definitely don't listen to him. But although I will take that Nigerian prince's details later, please. Okay. So the next problem we've got is you've got your hand stuck in a vase. How would you get it out? And Tharun, you're going to give the good advice. Damon, you're going to give the bad advice. And Roger, the terrible advice.
Well, what I'd suggest is if your hand's stuck in the vase, just get some baby oil, just pour it around, and slowly you can get yourself out.
Just kind of have someone pull the other end.
So, if you've got your hand stuck in a vase, if you find something really greasy, like some lard, and you smother that round your hand, and then you get some cooking oil and move that round your hands. And then if you light it, it'll make the vase expand a bit and your hand should come out.
I really want to see someone do that.
Okay, and the next bit of advice we've got, John wants to know, how do we get Kitty more involved? Which is an interesting one. So Damon, you're going to give us some really good advice on that. Roger, you're going to give us bad advice, and Tharun, you're going to give us really, really bad advice how we can get Kitty more involved in these games.
I think just
Thank
be
you
a
for that,
good
John.
listener. Just be a good listener.
So maybe we should turn all our cameras off and just leave Kitty on the screen.
Change your name to asparagus, and then people will see you as a vegetable and want to buy into it.
Tharun sponsored by Big Vegan.
I endorse this message.
To be honest, I was very worried when I saw that comment had come in, and I was just listening to all the bar answers and all of this kind of like get the baby oil around your wrist, and I'm like, I hope none of these are repeat answers.
Look at the people a little bit more sensible. John does say he's slightly delirious today, though, so fair enough, John. Okay, so where we're going next? Right, the next thing we're going to have another little game. Bear with me while I'm just going to try the video. It's like here we go. It's a pandemic. That's right. It's a pun off. So, and I'm going to choose the topic for the pun is in fact the weather. So I want you to come up with. People want to come up with a pun, and we're going to. I think we'll do it in clockwise order. Actually, no, we'll do it anti-clockwise order. Starting, Damon, do you want to start? You first, and then we'll go Tharun, Roger, Kitty, and then
if I can start by apologising for what I'm about to do. This is not me. This is someone who I'm not anymore. It's just past Damon. It's Wednesday Damon. So I apologise. I want to learn. I want to grow, and I will get better. Okay, so first one. So I don't know whether these are funny. That's your first one. A lot of people think the sky is the limit, but you can now get Virgin and BT TV packages, as well as Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Nazi Plus. Fun fact, after the Hillsborough disaster, the sun got banned in Liverpool, so now 100% of all Liverpudlians use fake tan. People used to say that you shouldn't look directly at page 3 of The Sun for too long, as you could go blind. And erasers, pencils, and rulers were falling from the sky in an area of low atmospheric pressure yesterday. It was a stationary front.
Okay, brilliant. Tharun?
Do you want me to say as many puns as I can think of, or just go with one and just hope for the best?
Go with your top one and hope for the best.
The bar's not very high. What I'm going to bring out here. So, it's about the weather. I went. It was very cold and during winter. I decided I'll go get myself some air conditioner. I bought Febreze. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, cold and yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Subtle, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. My grandma used to be able to forecast the weather from looking at tea leaves, but only when they were muggy.
Hey,
Oh,
I like that.
Sorry to rain on your parade, but I've been under the weather, and so I haven't got much to make a splash. Sorry, it's no good, but my brain's too foggy, and I've got nothing that will attract ponderous applause. I was hoping I'd be able to improv this lightning flask, but I've just got a drought of ideas.
I think that definitely deserves a full-on round of applause.
Well,
okay.
when you can't... Oh, sorry.
Carry on.
When you cannot text due to being too cold, it's called typothermia.
I like to wash my car when the sun's out. I like leaving a good shine.
Yeah, Julius Caesar very rarely went out because every time he asked anyone what the weather was like, they would say, "Hail Caesar."
My uncle gave me a snow cone and he said it was banana flavored, but the only similar thing it had to banana was the color. That was just a horrible memory, really, of anything. That wasn't really a pun, was it? No.
No,
You know,
not
I've
quite,
just
no.
In it.
I just realised we're doing them one at a time.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, you're on a roll though, so we couldn't stop you.
Yeah.
You know, the snowball effect. Just that's it.
Hey.
Do you know there's a parallel world where pets have become the dominant species? Society is ruled by a monarchy. It's raining cats and dogs.
Hey.
And we'd all be better off.
Okay. At the end of that one, Kitty is actually won the pun off.
Really?
Because it was just non-stop. It's just the way it all developed into one sentence, just pure punning. Brilliant.
Puntastic.
I'm not very punny, it must be said. It's not my bag.
Okay. Right. It's just a chance to, if you enjoy puns, then this is a good chance to remind that you can actually buy all of us a coffee. Coffee.com/Den of Fools. People who watched the show 2 weeks ago will notice I've now capitalized Den of Fools to make it easier for people to follow. It's not Den of Fools. So yeah. So if you want to donate £2 for a coffee, we'll share it with each person. Each will get half an espresso if you're very kind to donate. That would be great. So right, we're going to go on to another game.
I'm excited.
It will be when I can actually find the damn video.
The tensions make me want to wet my pants.
I know it's
I want to know what we're doing.
I didn't expect that. So it's another round of I didn't expect that, and this time we're going to be talking about. Let's see, where's my topics? This is where I need Roger sort of like backing me up. How about things you would not expect? I should say lines in a Victorian novel. I should spell check these things, really, shouldn't I, beforehand? That's what you wouldn't expect that in a decent Victorian novel. You expect that to be spell checked anyway.
Redeem my literature degree.
Okay, so yeah, lines in a Victorian novel, and we'll go down counterclockwise order, starting with Damon. So Damon, and Roger.
Yep. This is from Amazon Prime and Prejudice. It is the truth universally acknowledged that a single Jeff Bezos, after a costly divorce, is not in want of a wife.
Well, this is an extract from The Jungle Book. Mowgli looked at Shere Khan
And Shere Khan killed him because Mowgli was a child against a fucking tiger. So that's how that ended, okay? There's no way he would have won that. Right, end the discussion there.
So I've just written a line you wouldn't expect in a Victorian novel. I'll just grab my iPhone.
Fair play.
They had Android, didn't they, back then? So they wouldn't have had iPhones. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's clever.
I've gone for updated Victorian novels. So it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of vaccinations. It was the age of Karens. It was the epoch of baking sourdough. It was the epoch of eating out to help out. It was the season of wearing a bra for Zoom calls. It was the season of quickly putting clothes on for your Deliveroo. It was the spring of flirting with no follow through. It was the winter of wanking. Tale of Two Cities in 2021.
Very good.
I love sourdough. Oh, I haven't got another joke, by the way.
Okay, no. I thought, no,
Well,
we
one of
wouldn't
mine,
expect.
I've got another 5.
Yeah, we wouldn't expect to hear. I love sourdough in many Victorian novels either. So yeah, that works. Yeah. Okay, Tharun.
Well, I've got please, can I have some more? No, you cannot have more. I'll give you a bloody good rogering, boy. Now come back.
That was visceral. I felt that.
I've got to say, Tharun, I find that term very offensive.
Yeah.
What's that?
Rogering.
You're cancelled, Darren.
Oh, there, I'm cancelled. There we go. I'm done.
That's why I deliberately didn't choose to call myself Roger the Comedian.
Oh, if only. It's been a long pandemic.
All right, so I'll change rogering to buggering. There we go.
Back to Victorian novels. Oliver, bitter and twisted. A tale of a boy who was abandoned by his parents when he was young and will never forgive them.
Wow. Bloody hell.
Reader, I married him. True, we had only been dating for 2 weeks, but another lockdown was coming, so we had to speed up the process and bubble together.
Can I get a surname at this point, or is it too late?
No, of course you can. Yeah, you can put, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can put your surname in. If you can edit it yourself.
Can you?
If you click on the 3 dots.
Yeah. Edit name.
Yeah.
Edit name.
Private chat. Like...
I think everything we should do is on private chat, really. Although
this wouldn't be in a Victorian novel, would it? No.
No. Although Alex does think that he now actually thinks we're doing a poetry round instead.
I mean, we can do.
Maybe we are.
Absolutely.
That's what
I've got all the longer quotes as well, you know. But Nelly, I am Heathcliff. He's always on my mind. Not as a pleasure any more than I'm always a pleasure to myself, but as my own being. That's all very well and good, Kathy. But since you don't actually live in the same household, that is still a £200 fine for all the pleasure he's been giving you.
Yeah,
I didn't know we were meant to actually quote them.
I'm not doing poetry on a comedy show. I'm definitely not doing Roses Red, Violets and Blue sort of comedy.
No.
Topical.
No. Hold on, just one second. I think we'll just remove him just in case. And people who don't know what it is, there's an episode of Pun Off which you can't watch anymore.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Don't cancel me. I have a family.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm tweeting that. That's brilliant.
I mean, that's joke theft. That's another crime.
Oh, sorry. Rogering and joke theft.
Yeah.
You can retweet me. You can retweet me.
I'll at you.
Right. Okay. So the next bit we're doing for this next topic. It's all right. We do have other stuff to do. I'm just being a bit cautious right now. Those things are getting a bit too close to the bone, really. Aren't
It's fine. We can be cautious and stay far from the madding crowd.
Let's do more Roses are Red puns.
Yeah. Okay. So things we didn't expect to hear in a travel show.
Roses are Red.
Who's going? I don't know. Whose turn is it?
Yeah, whose
Right,
turn is it?
okay. Well, it's quite easy. Roger's out just in case. So we're going to go up. Kitty, do you want to start? And then we'll go Tharun, then we'll go
Sure.
Damon. And then at that point, I'll bring Roger back in.
So, a travel show? No! No! Dear gods, no! Why? Stay the fuck in your houses! You're killing everyone's nans! No! Travel show.
So I hear that you've travelled all the way here from Syria. When you fucking off? This is not my budge, and I endorse this message.
Well, welcome to the travel show. You still can't go anywhere.
There's a new travel show launching. It's called On Holiday with Piers Morgan.
He's looking for work.
I'm here at a music festival in New Zealand where competent leaders dealt with the virus early on and they can all get trashed in close proximity. These scenes are being broadcast home to the UK just to show you what you could have had while you enjoy lockdown the threequel.
I'm here at Pride in San Francisco. I'm your host, Anne Widdicombe.
I love sourdough.
This week we are covering the best staycations.
Whilst other nations set a £5,000 fine or extra fee for rich people on international travel from the petri dish that is Britain, let's take a look at the cultural landmarks that might be opening soon a little closer to home. We begin our series at Barnard Castle. Is that still topical?
I think so. 1 year on, yes, absolutely. Yeah, especially today, the 1 year anniversary and everything. I think people still remember Barnard very well.
Yeah, we always talk about the comings and goings.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Right. Has anyone got anything else they don't think you'd hear in a travel show? No, that's pretty much it.
Oh,
But,
fine.
yeah.
Just, following the USA's non-response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Trump supporters are finally being proved right as Mexico is desperate to build that wall.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Welcome to Butlins, when you thought life couldn't get any worse.
I genuinely snapped my drink. Genuinely did a spit take there. My poor laptop. Fucking Butlins. Oh, yet another reason to be child free.
Okay. Right. So. Right. Okay, we're doing a little pointing. Right. Anyway, well,
We're poking each other.
Oh, yeah.
This
Okay.
is an early naughties Facebook.
Breaking
what are you
COVID
doing?
restrictions.
Oh yeah.
Imagine if my hand came out through the screen. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be incredible magic. Yeah, I wonder how you did that. And the walls still look the same
Actually,
colour. Yeah.
You could do the half a face. Do the half a face thing.
Yeah. Get a bit closer. That's it. Oh, there
You
we
need to get
go.
close to the camera. That's almost right.
Father?
Okay. Yeah. Right. Brilliant.
Okay.
Right. So next game we're going to do Actor's Nightmare. So for this we're going to use. I think we actually use Kitty and Tharun for this. One of you, both of you are actors in a play. One of you is going to have a script. And the other one has just wheeled in at the last moment, doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
So
Fine,
Kitty,
fine,
I'm going to, yeah, no, Tharun, actually, you're going to have a script to read. I'm going to send you that script via private chat right now.
So I won't open the private chat then. I'll stay on the comments, that's fine.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I'm hoping that I can put this on the private chat just. Oh, I can. Yeah, so if you just stay on the normal comments,
That's fine.
But
That's
yeah,
fine.
basically the play, Kitty, is
the
a
thing.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, I did that one in 2019. It's mostly in here.
Oh crap! I really should have planned this better.
I can pretend I don't know what's happening.
Okay, right. Anyway, so the
I played
scene
that.
is Act 2,
Private
Scene 2. Another part of the woods near Athens. Enter Lysander and Hermia. So, Tharun, you're going to be Lysander. Kitty's going to do the best to remember.
I can't find
the
my private
lines.
chat.
Right.
Chat
There it is.
aside.
Okay. It's not seemed to work particularly well. It's
Oh,
not
here we
come
are.
out
I've got it.
Okay, so you're going to do the Lysander lines. It's not formatted as well as I thought, so this might not be quite as good a thing as I thought. I might have to do it differently next time. Anyway, okay.
Fine.
Yeah. Anyway, this is typical Shakespeare, isn't it? You know, William just running on stage, scribbling some notes, saying, "Read this. I've changed it all." Okay,
New
so
script, new script's
yeah,
the
new
word.
script. Enter Lysander and Hermia.
Oh, I think it's my line.
Yeah, Lysander says, "You starts fair love."
Yeah, thank you. Don't give it away. I am a thespian, you know. Fair love. Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood and speak truth. And to speak troth? Fuck kind of word? I forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia. If you think it's good, and tarry for the comfort of the day, Hermia, be it so.
Is that not my be it so Lysander or something?
Oh
Is that
shit!
a cue? Is that a prompt? Because then
Got
it's
so
like,
carried,
I'm
he's
going to
got so
stay over
carried.
here and you can
Oh, sorry.
fuck off over there, mate.
yeah.
You're not married.
Oh yeah,
Something along that.
and tarry for
It's
the
like,
comfort of the day. Go you.
It's like, oh, Lysander, let me sleep over here and you fuck off over there and stay over there because we're not fucking married, mate. And I'll lay over here and get some lovely sweet dreams.
So that's
Something like
it.
that.
All right. All right. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Find you out
like
of
that.
bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head. That's really lame, doesn't it? Yeah, you know, it's just on a bank rest his head. That's like proper doghouse shit, isn't it? You know, like, he
I
really
think
does.
that's Hermia's
I
line
think
again.
that was me. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
you
it
fuck
was,
off
yeah,
over
yeah.
going to
Because
bed.
that when
you
your
look
line
at
starts,
yeah.
bank
because
from
it's
my head.
capitals.
Should I
One
just play
third, yeah.
Hermia? Because I seem to be
Yeah,
committed
you
more to
might
that, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, right.
I can bring out my Lysander. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Hey, wanna lie down in the woods? Hey.
So yeah,
That's
your
how
line
guys
is one
talk.
turf shall serve as a pillow for us both.
So what?
One
That's
turf
you.
shall serve as a pillow. That's your.
Oh yeah,
That's your line.
one turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one trough.
Nay, good Lysander, lie further off yet. I swear I do know this. For something to do with modesty and young people, and we're so pretty and innocent. So fuck off, mate. You ain't getting some.
Well, that's all the scripts I've got. So, like,
That's it, yeah, well, there you go. Here's
Oh,
the next
what?
bit. Yeah, here's the next bit. That's all right. It's
Oh,
just cut it out.
I see. All right. Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in the love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms, not one, two, interchained with an oath. So then two bosoms, he loves bosoms, don't he? But he goes on about
He
it.
does.
doesn't
He's a British
But he
man.
goes on about bosoms. He's a dirty bugger. So then two bosoms and a single troth. What is his troth like? A pun for
Promise.
penis? What is? Oh,
This is a
troth
single
me
promise.
Oh, single promise. Oh, I thought it meant like a dick or something. Bosoms, dick. Oh, he's going on the bosoms line. Okay.
He's trying to get married without being married.
Trying to get married. He's talking about her tits all day. Fucking hell. All right.
He wants to shag her, but they're not married yet.
Yeah. I mean, so this is like Shakespeare foreplay. You talk about troths and bosoms. Then by your side, no head, no bedroom be denied for lying so.
Hermia, I do not lie. That's what you need to finish on. You've got one more.
Yeah. However, I've just remembered that I have like 3 periods and a headache. So maybe wait. Like, does hand stuff count? That's my
So
Hermia.
this guy'll take what he can get by the looks of it, you know. Amen. To that fair prayer. It actually works, because his hand job is saying amen to that. To that fair prayer. Say it, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
Yeah, right, mate. Good night. Bye.
And they sleep. End scene.
And they sleep. I wonder if those lines would actually work. You know, if you went to some girl and literally said, "Sleep, give thee all his rest. Here is my bed, bosom."
It's him being really like guilt trippy, like, "Oh, I'm over here. This is my bed without you." Well, it's like, mate, no.
Anyway, George did pick up on what was happening just off screen, just below. I don't think he was. I think he actually made his comment a little bit before he saw this scene. A bit more about what was happening with Roger and Damon. I'm hoping
that was before I said it. Before, right?
Oh yeah, you never know. They might have just been really into what we were saying, and then started a little bit of finger action down there. You never know.
Yeah, I was going to say to Taryn, if you ever find Hermia is bothering you, you can get an operation.
I mean, Hermia is chill. It's telling her, like, hey, how's it going? Hey.
Okay, so that was it was an interesting game. I should have checked to see what you actually knew, Kitty, before I chose the script. But apart from that, knowing things off by heart never quite worked. Jester Minute. That's it. So that's the next game.
Do all the proper.
Oh yeah, you changed it into the way Shakespeare would write it in modern times. Yeah, fuck off, mate. Okay, so yeah, another round of Jester Minute, and this time we're going to do the first topic is going to be, let's say, radio. So Roger, do you want to have a go at talking a bit about radio?
I don't mind talking about this. When I appeared at the Ram Comedy Festival a couple of years ago, and BBC Radio Derby were there recording the show for broadcast later in the month. During my 10-minute set, I'd said a series of jokes relating to the post office. And I stated towards the end of this series of jokes that I like to push the envelope of comedy. And sticking with the same theme, here's a stationary joke. Now, like I say, BBC Radio Derby was recording this 10-minute set, and about 8 weeks later, they broadcast it. And they broadcast 3 minutes of my 8-minute set. And they chose to broadcast that visual pun on the radio. The worst thing is, it worked better on the radio. And that's it.
Very good, very good. Okay, so the next topic we're going to do is about health.
Ooh, topical.
Okay. Yeah, it's a topical topic, especially for today. So, how about who wants to go first? Does anyone want to talk about Kitty? Do you want to go first on health?
Sure. So I'm a comedian, so obviously I'm depressed. I don't refer to it as depression anymore. I like to call it mood poisoning. But in fact, I'm bipolar, so I've got manic depression. So it's mood poisoning from both ends. It's actually one of two reasons that I got put on the VIP list for the vaccine, though. I got the Oxford AstraZeneca jab, which means that instead of like everyone else who's now wondering how it's March already, when it's also somehow simultaneously also last March, now I'm very concerned about whether it's Trinity, Hillary, or Michaelmas term. If you've had the Oxford jab, then you'll know it's the tail end of Hillary. I mean, I actually had to look that up, but I must say, since I got jabbed, my 5G signal's been amazing. Second reason that I was considered clinically vulnerable is my BMI. Anyone who's ever seen me perform knows, or noticed the obvious flag behind me, to be honest, knows that I'm bisexual. I'm also polyamorous, and I'm frequently told that makes me greedy, or I'm having my cake and eating it. And to be honest, I take exception to that idea. If anyone's greedy, monogamous people are the ones hogging their partners. I learned to share, Karen. But maybe they really were just on about all the cake that I was having and eating. But now we're starting to unlock the lockdown and kind of tentatively put some dates in the calendar to see friends, family, and partners again. And it kind of feels like it's been an expansion of all the usual kind of sexual health conversations we have. But now my girlfriend has to tell me of her plans to see her dad within 2 weeks of dates we're looking at in the diary. Before that, I only needed to know about her plans with her daddy, who was definitely a different man. Yeah, I mean, dates are really complicated with dating, actually. Like, you think it would be like romantic Regency novel pining. It's not. Like, there's only so many video calls you can have. And you just sat 2 meters away in a picnic blanket wondering if it's worth risking a £200 fine or intubation in the ICU just to touch your girlfriend's boobs. I mean, it does sound bad, but it wouldn't be the first time I'd made a risky decision because I was horny and ended up with something going down my throat. If anything, the more strangers to make it kinkier. Do you want more? Yeah. I mean, when they first heard you needed to have 6 feet between yourself and everyone else, the fetishists got really excited. 6 feet.
Brilliant. Okay. Does anyone else want to talk about health? Damon looks like you've got a burning health question. Okay, Tharun, you want to?
Hello, Damon. Can go if he wishes.
I do not wish.
Okay, well,
here I am.
Yeah.
Health. It's a big topic nowadays. Don't know why, but it's because one of the things that we have is isolation, and during Christmas I was in isolation due to a cabbage, and you're probably thinking, Tharun, how did you end up in isolation due to a cabbage? And I'll tell you now. Basically, a friend of mine, he has an allotment, and he's a very Scottish guy because he's from Scotland, and he's not just Scottish, he's Glaswegian, so he's like freedom, full on Scottish, and he's been living here for quite a few years. So what I thought, just to piss him off, his name's Billy, and I went, Billy, you're more or less English now. And he went, fuck you, you bastard, I'm Scottish, I'll fly to Scotland. I'm like, okay, I get it, mate. And then he went and got himself a cabbage because he got a cabbage because he has an allotment. So he grows cabbages. That's how it works. And then he called me up and he goes, hey, Tharun, I got me some cabbage. Would you like some? And I said, like, I've got loads of, I wasn't bragging. I had loads of food in the fridge, big time. But I said, I don't really need a cabbage. I'm all right. And that really angered him. And he was like, hey, you dick. Take my pissing cabbage, you dick. And I was like, all right, fine. So he came over, he gave me his cabbage, and then he fucked off. And then a couple of days later, he tested positive for COVID. And he then put me down as a contact. And so I had to go into isolation. And I said, why did you put me down as a contact? He goes, because you dissed my cabbage, you prick. I'm like, all right, fine. And then I was like, okay, cool. And then, so I was in isolation. The worst thing is, the cabbage went off after 2 days. I didn't even get to fucking eat it. So for the sake of a cabbage, I didn't get to eat. I was in isolation. So that's me on health.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're never going to look at cabbage the same way, are you?
Fuck cabbage.
I mean, you really shouldn't fuck a cabbage.
No, you definitely go into isolation
something
after
with a flared base. Like, this is the last time to be overwhelming the A&Es right now.
Yeah? Well, depends how small you are, really. So, if
you don't want to be there telling an exhausted medical student that you fell on it. Like, protect the NHS. Use a flared base.
A couple of quick ones on health if you want them.
Yeah, well, yeah. Are you all right with that, Damon? And then,
yeah.
Okay.
These COVID vaccinations don't stop you dying, I know somebody who was walking out of the vaccination centre and got hit by a bus. It's very unlikely that you'd be possessed in a hospital by evil spirits. They're designed to ward them off. And I have an allergy to soft cheese. I'm a Philadelphiac. I'm also allergic to honey. It brings me out in hives.
Hey.
So, there you go.
Can I just say, Roger, your camera, the quality of your camera is exceptional as well. I'll just add that in there. Really high definition. I'm really impressed.
Okay. Right. Damon, do you want to?
Yep, so health. So I'm going to talk about dream telepathy. Can you show everyone? Is that okay? And then go. You can cut just to me in a moment, but if you want to show everyone, because I'm going to talk to you.
Right.
If I can be the main person, thank you.
I think so. You can indeed.
So, has anyone heard of dream telepathy before? No, it's really interesting. It's this idea that more than one person can experience the same dream and communicate within it. And it is my belief that I had such a dream last night with a person in this very StreamYard chat. Denzil, do you remember the dream?
Yes, are we allowed to talk
say yes for the
about?
bit.
Yeah, are we allowed to talk about that particular dream? Yeah, okay.
If you're comfortable.
I wasn't
yeah,
last
so
night.
it's well, I mean, dream telepathy, and I apologise. I've said that in the dream. I apologise. So, dream telepathy was first mooted by Sigmund Freud, and the stuff you were telling me about your mum was weird, but we're not going to talk about it. Or the fact you were dressed as Heinrich Himmler, Reichsführer of the Schutzstaffel. What I am concerned with is I don't know if you remember, but we were at a theatre show, weren't we?
We were. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember where that was?
Operating theatre.
It was an operating. Yeah, it was. Yeah, but there was an audience and there were rows of seats. It's a bit weird. Do you remember? You looked at your watch. Do you remember what time that was?
8:04.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you were looking at your watch. It was a great show, but you looked. But there was a magician that came on. Do you remember the magician?
Yes, I do. Yes.
That is the correct answer. Do you remember? Do you remember what he was like? Was he good?
I must admit, he did saw a woman in half, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I'm just so grateful that it wasn't an operating theatre and they could stitch her back together.
Thank you. Very good. Good check there. Nice. But so, and what you thought he was good though, yeah?
Oh yeah.
And do you remember that he placed a deck of cards on the? This is about health, yeah. He placed a deck of cards on the table, didn't he?
He did indeed, yes, on the operating table.
And he asked someone in the audience to think of a card. Did he not?
He did, yes.
And Denzil, that was you, wasn't it?
I believe it was, yes. Yeah. He
And
didn't
the
take my
magician
first answer. He didn't take my first answer. Apparently Barclay wasn't the correct answer.
He was very frustrated that you were heckling him, and he was just trying to do a professional job. And the magician, you may remember, was myself, was it not?
Now you come to mention it. Oh my God, you were
Yes.
in the dream, yes.
Do you remember the card you said after you heckled him?
I said I think I said 5 of hearts.
No, he didn't.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
can have, you can have, I'm just joking. Yeah, you can have the 5 of hearts, yeah? So if you remember, Denzil, he took the cards out of the box. If you see, yeah? And he spread through. Can you see the cards, yeah?
I can see the cards, yes.
Thank you, yeah. And one of the cards was face up. And that happened to be the 5 of hearts. Please hold your applause. And I don't know if you remember, Denzil, but you didn't get to see the faces of the other cards. Do you remember that you only saw the 4 of hearts? And that's because just like that evening, there are no other cards.
Not even the 5.
Well, it was there, but there you go. So can I stop there? Because that's the end.
You
Is that
can
okay?
do, absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's an incredible dream as well. Thank you for reminding me of that dream. Hold on, I've got you in the wrong. There we go. Let's back to that. There we go. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. I think that's been a really good show. Now, the next bit is, do you have anything you want to plug or talk about? Any shows coming up? Anything fun? Yeah, Damon, you can go first.
Thank you. I have a podcast called The Fifth Cheese. It is fictional, but it is also on YouTube and Facebook. So if anyone wants to go to my Facebook or YouTube, or just message me, we can have a chat. And
I imagine it's via your website as well.
It is, yeah. You can go to my website, yeah.
Good.
Don't have to, but you can.
Okay, Kitty.
So first of all, if you follow me on Facebook, then you'll actually get all of the dates of things rather than me just saying things here. I co-host a new material, a new act tonight. It's called Late Stage Comedy. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, etc. And that runs. The main gig nights are the 1st, 3rd, and 5th, if there is one, Tuesday of every month. So come to those. Those are great. This Thursday, I am on Clog Comedy, trying some new stuff, which is hopefully entertaining. And next week, I'm on Social Distance Warriors, which is a fun little show. So yeah, check out my Facebook and you'll find all the things that I'm doing.
Fantastic. Okay, Tharun.
You can find my podcast, Obvious Comedy, which is predominantly on YouTube. We usually get comedians on there, or whoever is arty-farty, I get them on there to do that. And then you can watch me watch some videos. And you can also find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at Tharun Chelley. Even on TikTok, I've ventured into that world as well. So you can find me at Tharun Chelley there. And if you want some reading material, you can buy my novel, which I wrote a few years ago, called Border Monkeys, which is on Amazon. It may not be in hardback copy at the moment because they're reprinting it, but you can get it on Kindle if you can't find it there. So yeah, you can find me in those places.
Brilliant. Okay, and Roger?
You can find me on a Friday night on my own show, Roger's Blue Suede News. This week I've got the guests George Coppen, Professor John, and Katie Brown.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah. So
not seen Katie for a while.
Satirical news show. It's broadcast on both Facebook on my comedians page, which is the Roger Poulter on Facebook, and on YouTube on my YouTube channel. I Can See the Stage From Here, and it's 9 p.m. on Friday.
Okay, and talking about George Coppen, he's saying that he's loved this show, so that's good. My alter ego, Queen Elizabeth, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth herself, is actually turning up on George Coppen's show on Saturday at 9 p.m. on Fun Night. It's going to be rather interesting to see how she manages some of those challenges which George will face her with. As well, and obviously, as mentioned before, we're back on air on the 6th of April. It does unfortunately clash with Kitty's show because it's 8 p.m. start as well. It's going to feature Lord Sparkles, Pauline Eyre, Chris Terry, and Tony Fabulous. For this show, you can also donate to coffee.com/Den of Fools if you want to buy us half an espresso, a cappuccino. I'll even take a latte. Anything you fancy, and I will split that evenly with the comedians as well. So that's good. Thanks everyone for listening, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Let's get the end credits to roll if I can.